What's up? This is Elo from Fan Pros. Here at the Garden. This could be the last game for the series, for the season. Knicks are down 3-1 against the Pacers. I've had a couple of hours to kind of take everything in, breathe out, pray on it, kind of meditate on it, look at the numbers. Cat's gonna play tonight, so that's a good thing. I think he'll do well. I think he'll do fine. My heart and head tells me the Knicks they're gonna win this game tonight. It's gonna be the Knicks don't do anything easy. Thibodeau never coaches easy. He always complicates things. Brunson is gonna pound a dribble at times and forget to get his guys involved. You guys have heard me yell this, scream this ad nauseum throughout this series. But at a point, you got to just kind of realize this is just who our team is. That's just who they are. I think for them to change, it has to be you're talking about a culture shift, a coach shift, off-season training camp, a huge shift, and that's for another time. Right now, they're here, going against the Pacers. Let's look at some of these beautiful Knicks fans out here. And right now is the time. I think Carl will be fine. Hopefully, Tibbs draws up a good game plan offensively to get Cat easy shots. I want him in the post. I do not want him driving, pump faking and driving to the basket. I want him in the post. And then I want him shooting out off of a pick and roll to the perimeter to take the three-point shot or pick and pop. Do I think Tibbs will do it? I don't think so. I haven't seen it all series. I've been screaming for it. You guys have heard me scream for it. And so, but I think the Knicks will do enough to win. There's no way I think they let these fans down. Nosebleed seats are $514. That outpaces any team, any ticket in the OKC Minnesota series, man, as well as in Indiana. I guarantee it. So, Knicks, these fans are paying a lot of money to see you play, man. $514 for Blue Heaven seats is a lot. Show up. Don't let them down. Hopefully Brunson gets the message and spreads the ball. Hopefully Tibbs plays more of the bench. He's going to have to with Towns. Towns even having a questionable tag shows that knee is affecting him. So I'm praying not only Mitch, but Precious gets time tonight and gets a chance to play. I think it's been, listen, and I want to say this. There's a lot of Nick podcasters out there. There's some that are pro Tibbs. There's some that's anti Tibbs. There's some that's pro Knicks team. Anything they do, they can do no wrong, and they just lost the game. Then there's podcasters that critique them and look at and say, well, they did this wrong, that wrong, X, Y, Z. I'm in the middle. I think Tibbs has gotten us here. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. We haven't been here in 25 years, and that is a tremendous feat to be lauded. I think the minute Tibbs got here, the culture changed. But if you're asking me, does he frustrate me? He absolutely does. Do I think his moves are questionable? Yeah. If we go back to game one, Jalen Brunson should never have launched that half-court three. And now this was game two. I think it was game two. That shot should never have been done. Jalen Brunson should have called. There should have been a timeout call, and the coach should do that. The coach should be screaming. Listen, that team hears Thibodeau when he screams. So he needed to yell at Brunson and tell him, call timeout. Let's draw up a play. Let's get you an easy shot, preferably off a pick so you have space to shoot the three. Or if you're going to do isolation, we're able to set it up so that you have spacing. Even that cross court, that heave that Brunson did for the game that game tying go ahead 3. Nemhart was still all over him, and Nesmith was still all over him. So I'm not gonna go over the past games. I said I would look into stats and kind of give you guys that, but listen, man, this is it. They have to win this game. Do I think they can win this game? I do. Do I think they'll win this game? I do. I don't think they're gonna go out like this. This team has been gutsy from the beginning, and now getting to Indiana and how they're doing Indiana Game 6 is a totally different thing. But I think the Knicks will show up. I think they'll play strong, tough defense. I think that OG will show up tonight. I think OG's going to play great. I think Bridges is still figuring it out. But I think you'll see Bridges sprinkled here and there. And I think that Brunson will have a phenomenal game. But I also think that the supporting cast, the guys that normally perform great at home at this great garden here, are going to show up. And that's Miles McBride. That's Josh Hart. That's Dylan Wright and Shamet. And hopefully, prayerfully, Precious Achua. There'll be plenty enough time to look at, do we need another coach? Can we get to a championship with Tibbs? Can he win one? Why has he lost? Why has his teams that have been favored seed-wise always lost under the Knicks? We've always had the largest seed, even if it's by 1 or by 2. We've always been the higher seeded team and lost in the second round, and now we're down 3-1 in this round, and we have the higher seed over the Pacers. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get why doesn't he play the bench? You're gonna get why does he go with favoritism? Why is Josh Hart playing heavy minutes when he was horrible? And the plus minus to show that 100%. Why did he not make a change? Why did he not read the game? In real time. You're going to get all of that. You're going to get why doesn't Brunson move the ball? Why does he have 5 assists or 4 assists in a basketball game when he's the point guard? You're going to get stuff like that. We're going to have plenty enough time to do all of that. Right now, this is what matters. That's what matters. Our team matters. Our season matters. Do you hear me? Our season matters. It matters that we beat them here tonight. It matters that we force them to a game 6. It matters. It matters. It matters. All right? So, at the greatest arena ever made by human hands, as a Knick fan, a lifelong Knick fan that will never stop being a lifelong Knick fan. It's been a Knick fan since '79. Michael Ray Richardson, the first player one of the first players I idolized, and I saw him and said, that's my guy. Among others, Magic Johnson, who was another guy that I looked at and was a childhood idol. But Michael Ray Richardson was the first Knick player, one of the first players that I said, I love that dude. I want to follow this team. I haven't gone anywhere since, and I'm not going to go anywhere since. I'm not going to go anywhere beyond that. I'm a 79 till they put me in the grave, man. And I pass that legacy on to my son, who you see me on this channel with, and my family. But I am going to say this. It's going to be a dog fight tonight. I think the Knicks will win it. We'll get to Indiana when we get there, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Right now, this is going to be for these fans out here. And as us go out, listen, keys to the game. Knicks got to cover the shooters. I think they need to stick with that. If you're starting Mitch, stay with that lineup, Tibbs. Don't fade Mitch out in the second half. Keep him in there. It's all hands on deck. So I want Mitch playing a hefty amount of minutes, and I want Mitch on Siakam. I really don't want OG on Siakam right now. Until OG can prove that he can guard him, I don't want OG on him. And OG's been beat in a myriad of ways, man. He's been beaten off the dribble. He's been beaten with Euro steps. He's been beaten with post move. At this point, I want Mitch on Siakam most of the game, and only on switches do I want to see OG on Siakam. Halliburton, all hands on deck. He destroyed Bridges. So I want Halliburton double most of this game. Throw different looks at him, but I want different double teams thrown at Halliburton the entire game. I do not want him comfortable or able to set in and get in the groove at all. All right? And and some of these final keys of the game for the Knicks. And let's finish up with that. For the Pacers, cover the shooters. Cover the shooters. Listen, if Halliburton's doubled, he's going to pass it. He's going to look for the open shooter. Just rotate out, put a hand up. That last game, game 4, I saw a lot of Knicks players, Cat, OG, Mikhail, Brunson with their hands down when they rotated out to the shooters. None of that. I want a hand up. You got to give effort when you rotate and swing out to the open man. Even if it's a hand up, man, I would rather you, even if you didn't leave your feet, just put a hand up. But give effort. Show some type of pushback to that shot, all right? And Brunson, just move the ball. Spray the ball. Your goal, Jalen Brunson, should not only be huge points, but you should be looking at least 9 to double-digit assists for this game. We're going to need all Knicks involved on this one. It's a team effort. Tibbs, play that bench. Don't be afraid, bro. Dylan Wright is a capable defender. Bring him in and let him go all over Halliburton. I don't care if he uses all his fouls. This is it, bro. You need to empty the gun tonight, Tibbs. I don't want you trying to force guys on the court that are not performing. Empty the bullets. Empty the guns. Let the Knicks. You got a good bench. You know, contrary to popular demand, this Knicks team has a good bench. It just needs to be utilized, all right? So that's it on the Pacers side. For them, I mean, the key is going to be Halliburton, man. He is the key to the whole series, man. If the Knicks can shut him down to a degree and keep Siakam respectable, they'll win this series. And again, that goes back to I want Mitch on Siakam. I want Halliburton doubled and spray out to shooters. I will live with Nesmith. I will live with Nimbrand and all the other side guys. I'll live with Turner beating me. I cannot live with Halliburton or Siakam beating me anymore for the remainder of this series. So I want Mitch on Siakam and I want Halliburton doubled. I want off the bench. I want Wright. I want Shamet. I want him picking him up half court. All right? This is it. Spray out to the shooters. And last but not least, let's go Knicks. Listen, man. It's been a great series. Nobody expected us to be here. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. No one, including myself, picked us to beat Boston. That's why you saw the celebration. You saw America, ESPN, and all other Knick haters and all other Knick doubters and all other Knick protagonists. Oh, why are the fans doing that? Because no one in the world picked us to beat that team other than berserk Knick fans. But no media outlet picked us to beat the Celtics. None. So to be here and in this position and a chance to extend this series is great. I'm not going to do any more predictions going forward for the remainder of the series. It's one game at a time. And I just want to say this on camera and on record. I appreciate everything they've done this year. I've always been proud of this team. I'm proud of them getting as far as they've gotten because nobody expected us to get here. But we're here now. And as you guys have always heard me say, tomorrow's not promised to anybody. That's scripture. But that's biblical truth. That's one of the greatest mantras to live by. That means when you're in the moment, when you're here, you have to take advantage of it. I told you guys in the past, and I told you this on podcasts from the past. I went through '94, the worst loss I've ever had as a Knicks fan. 1994, losing to the Houston Rockets. Put my head in that pillow, man. Depressed, you name it. But the hope I had was that, oh, we'll be back again in the finals. Nope. We didn't get back to the finals until '99. And we got there with an injured Patrick Ewing, where we didn't have a shot at beating the Spurs. The best chance we had to win a title was that game 6, when Starks went berserk. But Olajuwon ran across the court and blocked his shot, his last second three-point shot in game 7, 1994 series. That's the closest this franchise has been to a title in many years. So I learned a valuable lesson back then as a young man in my 20s, early 20s. Tomorrow's not promised. You need to seize the opportunity today. Whether this is a year 1 of a 4-year plan, I don't care nothing about that. They're here now. They gotta do it now while they're here. So, that being said, let's go Knicks. Tonight's the night. Greatest arena ever built by man. And I think they'll pull it out, man. Final score, I don't care how they do it, as long as they do it. As long as they do it. As long as they pull it. I think it'll definitely be, the Knicks will be in the hundreds, maybe 115, 120, between 115 and 130 the Knicks will play. You're going to have to score points against the Pacers, but, let's see, man. Let's see. And again, proud of them for the year they've had. Proud of everything they've done. Can they do better? Have they been lacking in this series? They absolutely have. And those questions will be asked in the offseason. This isn't the offseason yet. All right? All right. So let's go Knicks. Let's win this. Let's do this for these fans. And as I'm signing out, from Fan Pros, let's look at these beautiful fans. Let's go Knicks.